Welcome back to America's Weather Center, everybody. I'm Bob Van Dillen on the beach, almost in Manasquan, New Jersey, right by the inlet, and not many people are on the beach. In fact, nobody, because it's just too brutal. We've got winds right now. We've got a high wind advisory until 5 o'clock. May get extended because these winds are just screaming as we've got a warm front trying to lift on through. In fact, it feels like it already has. Temperatures are a little bit on the mild side. They're in the low 60s. But if you look what's going on around me, Mike, I want to bring you in. You can see just how churned up the inlet is right now. We were talking about the wave swell action. We're going to see the dead high tide sometime this evening or this afternoon, about 2:37 p.m. So the last time I was here was for the nor'easter. That was back mid-October. I think it was the 13th. These waves that are smashing in right now are way bigger. I mean, they're coming up and over this rim and then going all the way and filling down River Drive. So you've got that. By the way, you can see the underpants right here. They're still here from the last time I was there. If found, return to Nick Koser. All right. Nick. By the way, my feet just got wet for that gag. Son of a gun. Oh, anyway, let's recap this because this is the storm that we're watching right now. We know that some of this juice is getting fed in by the tropics, right? We're talking about Hurricane Melissa actually getting some of its moisture ripped up and pulled away and getting thrown into the storm that's developing across the east. But let's recap what happened with Melissa before, Michael.
Yeah, it was an incredible storm. And of course, Bob, we have been on top of it every step of the way here on Fox Weather, your Hurricane HQ, making landfall. You'll remember Tuesday afternoon, winds at 185 miles per hour. Bob, it was a bona fide, not just Category 5 storm, but when you look, it was actually tied for the third lowest pressure in the Atlantic. Behind you had Wilma and, of course, Gilbert back in '88. Significant and very impressive, not just when it came to the barometric pressure, but also, Bob, when it just came to the wind strength. You know, technically speaking, when you look at the winds at landfall at 185 miles per hour, which is just an incredible furious storm when it made landfall. Now, although it wasn't the strongest, it was the second strongest by winds. There's actually 4 others, so it's kind of tied for second with 4 other storms. But what I think is so impressive is the fact that when you look at the barometric pressure at 982 millibars, Bob, that is actually the barometric pressure that you typically see at about 3,600 feet in elevation. So that type of deepening, how incredibly impressive was that, Bob?
It is so much a powerhouse monster storm. It was a perfect circle in the eye. And when we were talking to Brian Norcross yesterday, it was showing the same exact thing you were right there. But he also pinpointed the fact that the winds 185 could be undone, could be underdone. You could be seeing these waves when they go on further review, looking at all the satellite imagery and all that. He said the computers were thinking maybe as high as 215 that were sustained winds, which to me is amazing. And you know, Michael, who took the brunt of all that was Jamaica. It slowed it down very little before it went towards Cuba. But in Mandeville, Jamaica, that is where we find Robert Ray. He's been doing a heck of a job trying to circumnavigate all the way around the island itself. It's very hard to do. The pictures he's been sending back have just been, frankly, they've been heartbreaking. Robert, I'm glad to talk to you right now. I'm glad that you and your crew are safe. And what's going on right now down there?
Yeah, Bob, I can make out a little bit of what you're saying because of how loud it is here right now as we are making our way from Kingston this morning where we overnighted. We spent all of the day yesterday up in the northwest quadrant near Montego Bay, but we made our way across the mountains, down the mountains, are headed to St. Elizabeth where the biggest impacts of the Category 5 storm happened. And you could see right here the amount of traffic and machinery moving rocks down this hill as we report. All of these rocks came down the hills with the rushing water just 2 days ago, and they're trying to clean up to clear all the roads. There is aid that is trying to get in to many different communities by the government of Jamaica. It is a very fluid situation, and yet there is problems exist all over the southwest part of the island and to the northwest. And we'll get to those on the other side of this story, Bob, as we take a look right now as yesterday in a neighborhood, Catherine Hall neighborhood in Montego Bay, that received reports anywhere between 8 to 12 feet of rushing water into a neighborhood of well over 800 homes. Have a watch. We are in Catherine Hall in Montego Bay, not too far from the sea, and this entire area was ravaged by Hurricane Melissa. They had flooding and now the residue of mud up and down the streets. And if you look at the aerial video, you see the caked mud and water still residing. The large stadium just outside of this neighborhood is completely inundated with water and mud. And so there's frustrations actually on the street. And I'm just going to kind of get a feel for this. They would like the government to come in here and try to help them with this pickup right now. As you see, we'll have to be quite careful here. What is the situation here right now?
Look here. Look here. Out of all the house that is coming from here.
Jared, come here.
Come here. Come.
We're going to walk through into one of these neighborhood streets. Be careful, be careful. Caked with mud, as you can see as we're walking into it right now. This is quite deep, unfortunately. People walking through. And it's a complete mess right now here in Montego Bay. Have to be very careful because of how deep this mud is.
We need help. We need help. The place needs to clear roads. This is not good. This can't go. Watch it. Can't go. Clear muddy water. Watch it. In our house. Come on, man.
12 feet down these roads. Let's walk out here and take a look. Very fluid situation.
That's where the water comes. Look.
Jared, look at this. Jared, look. You see this? This is the water line
That's where
right
the
here.
water comes.
That's unbelievable.
My dog can't help it.
Excuse me, three
Yes.
children I rescued last night. Their parents just flung them over the wall to me.
Only suit.
3 children?
Yeah, because the flood was rising, so they rather stay in the flood. I took the kids in there in my house now. I don't know where the parents are.
Are the kids okay?
Kids are good. I have a daughter. They're playing right now.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I need to show you over here.
Okay, let's.
Go ahead,
Yeah, thank you. Let's go look. This is just a complete disaster.
Take your time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just the amount of mud and the mess and the debris is remarkable. And I just want to get a sense for the living conditions right now. And by the way, for anyone watching this is a very raw and fluid situation, as you can tell. It's quite unbelievable. You see that, look at the darkness and the water coming in here and breaking apart all of their belongings, and now a just complete mud
Family
disaster.
memories, everything. Washing machine, freezers, we lost all our meat. We have no food and water.
You have no food and water?
That's one of the biggest things. If we could get some food and water right now, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't have running water. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Crazy.
A question.
The water was up to here when we were rescuing people last night.
You literally were taking people
I
out.
was on this wall. We helped her and her husband over the wall.
And we might as well experience this with the residents here because this is the only way to show the ground truth. 800 different apartments and homes in here, and up and down you can see power lines that are broken, huge palm trees like up there that have fallen on the buildings, and mud up and down the street.
We need help to take them out. They no good.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I'm gonna walk back out, okay? Because But thank you for showing me this. This is going to be an incredibly long recovery. Number one, they need to get power restored. They need food and water and other resources, as you heard so many of them say. For the time being, Robert Ray reporting here in Montego Bay, Fox Weather. Yeah, and back here live in a very active situation as they're clearing rocks from mudslides, rock slides that came down here. And as we look at the visuals from to the north of us near Montego Bay and those communities, I want to get a word in with Ben here, who's coordinating the efforts here leading into the most devastated areas. Down the road, what are we up against? Ben, if you could turn to the camera. By the way, thank you. I'm Robert Ray with Fox Weather, sir. What are we up against?
We're up against landslide. We have flooding, extreme flooding in Goshen, Fantiland, and the surrounding community of Pepper. All this debris is coming down from Spur Tree from the top of the hill, where we have totally cut off. We're just clearing the roads, trying to make vehicle movement more smoothly, because we have been marooned for about a day and a half now. So we're just trying to make traversing more easier.
The towns down there are
They're
devastated.
totally off. Santa Cruz is
Turn
off.
so we can see you. We want people to see your face.
Santa Cruz is off. Lacovia, heading down to Black River, is totally marooned. We are submerged underwater right now. We are trying to move in heavy equipment to clear the blockage all the way from here to Santa Cruz. So it's a big effort. We're trying here, but it seems futile with the little that we have.
Yeah.
We're making the best of it.
It's near impossible to fight a Category 5, 185-mile-an-hour winds. How are the people down there doing?
It's total devastation. They're not doing well. It's not doing well.
Aid needs to come in immediately.
Immediate aid. We need immediate aid.
And that is something that we're going to talk about. Ben, thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go a little bit closer to the camera and detail the airports and that information, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Keep doing the work. Thank you. So listen to me, guys. Here's the thing. As you see this behind me, the airports, if there's any kind of saving grace right here, is the Kingston Airport opened up this morning. Aid will likely start to come in and out. Some commercial flights are operating. We are told by government officials that Montego Airport will have at least relief flights come in, whether that be choppers or planes. The Jamaican ministry, the government here, has their defense forces operating and their large military vehicles, hopefully getting to the places that need be with food and water. There are over 25,000 people in shelters right now, and these vehicles probably need to come down. I'm going to step to the side as cars are trying to get down. Over 25,000 in shelters, maybe even more. We don't have latest updates on that. Over 800 shelters are currently open. And again, you know, the Jamaicans, nearly 3 million people, many of them in peril right now, needing aid desperately. Food, water, shelter. You have infants out there. You have children. You have elderly mothers, fathers, people with no power, no cell phone service, and a real humanitarian crisis, unfortunately, is unfolding as we speak. And the thing is as days go by, this will become even more difficult, and that is why, thankfully, at least the airports are going to start to get some aid in, and that is the important aspect of all this. But you can see, you know, we've got people coming by trying to get down there and get all of it in. We hope that when we head down this road that we'll be able to traverse some of these scenarios. We know we're going to have to potentially move our vehicles through some water. We hope that it's not deep enough that it just cuts us off. That will be a serious issue. And I just can't state enough how much aid needs to come into Jamaica right now. Thank God that Kingston was spared of these heavy waters and winds, because if that was out of operation, we would be in serious trouble right now. And so the State Department is sending in resources from the United States as well. There's so much information that continues to move so fast, and we're going to try to keep you updated. If I can't keep you updated in the field, I know that our teams back in New York City on our assignment desk and the entire crew at Fox Weather updating and monitoring this as closely as possible. And if there's anything I'm missing, please, as far as our anchors, relay it to our viewers and everyone watching on the stream and social media. Jamaica is watching Fox Weather. We have been the source for information, and we are trying to help save lives and get aid in here. That is so important by seeing the visuals and what is happening on the ground. This is a human story. I cannot stress that enough. The human condition. These are people, and everyone needs help. On top of that, the 25,000 tourists that are stuck in Montego Bay in those hotels that need to get back into their lives as well. I leave you with the fluidity here in Jamaica as we make our way to the epicenter, ground zero of Hurricane Melissa, 185-mile-an-hour winds that came in on Tuesday. Back to you.
Robert, terrific job. We're fortunate at Fox Weather to have you with the ground truth out there to see what's actually happening in Jamaica firsthand and live as it comes in. Robert Ray reporting. I'm glad you, your crew are safe. Keep safe, everybody down there. So if you're an American trapped in Jamaica, we talked to the State Department representative yesterday. It is Kingston ACS at state.gov. That's how you can contact them. All right, more up on Melissa. Who's next? It's Bermuda. Hurricane warnings still out there. We'll pinpoint when they're going to get the worst part of the weather coming up right after the break, everybody. We'll be right back.